Hi guys, welcome everyone. This is our live marketplace journal. This is our third episode, and my name is Valeria Forastanova. I'm leading L&D Shakers marketplace projects, and I'm happy to share this episode today with our beautiful guest, Mirna Smidt. So Mirna, welcome to our...
Yeah, thanks for the invitation. Excited to talk.
On our live marketplace journal, you have opportunity to meet with people behind marketplace services, options. So that's why Mirna is here today. And Mirna, I prepared some questions for you, and let's start.
Bring them on.
Tell us who Mirna Smidt is.
Oh, wow. So I think the main thing that how I would identify myself in this more like professional setting is definitely a trainer of positive psychology on one side. So topics like resilience, well-being, flow, engagement, and so on. And trainer of trainers on the other side. So very excited about making learning more impactful, about working with other trainers on building up their skills, and in general, tinkering with learning to make it more impactful. I also have a background as an engineer, and I worked as an engineer, kind of multitasking between training and engineering for 10 years until 6 years ago. And I think that's something that's very carved into my approach and my personality, to think in this very, like to look for really evidence-based things in training, and then also to look for things that have real life impact, that are kind of results-oriented, practical as much as they can be, really kind of pushing in that direction of making training work in a real world, let's say.
Every time I see you, Mirna, you look so inspired. You look so motivated. Where do you get this inspiration from?
Oh, a lot of things give me inspiration. I think the biggest one is travel, which is really integral part of my lifestyle. I love traveling. I try to really carve it into and connect it with work, but also with private life as much as I can. But then also nature, huge source of both inspiration and feeling grounded and, kind of more balanced. As I tend to be high energy and a bit hyperactive, then the nature brings me that balance back. And then books, meaningful conversations, and definitely sports, more like outdoor sports, like horses, sailing, hiking, anything of that kind. So getting active usually.
Cool. And when we are talking about your Happiness Academy, one of your focus areas of your business, how does the idea came up?
Yeah, I think it was a natural kind of evolution, because I always has been huge on learning. I love learning. I love knowledge. I love getting new ideas, and then also consequently sharing new ideas. And that shaped me first as a trainer, and then later also pushed me more in this direction of positive psychology. But it was always about knowledge and learning and getting better at something and understanding more and discovering more. And that kind of happens, I think, for me as a trainer on 3 levels. One is my own knowledge. So always in the search of new things, better models, new discoveries, and so on. But then also transferring that knowledge and sharing the tools and the knowledge, sometimes repacking them in a way that's easier or better or more effective for the learner. And then the 3rd level is, of course, more facilitative, helping the learner find their own insights and kind of their own best discoveries. But it's always about knowledge and insights. That's what excites me.
And if we're talking about your sessions, which are part of Happiness Academy, what was let's say, the most memorable advice you gave during the last months?
The most memorable. Okay, I just had one conversation a bit before our call, and it was a bit specific. It was about motivation and how to keep motivation high. And I think where conversation went was a lot into energy management. And it was this advice to not take the energy level out of equation when thinking of any other skill or ability. And I think that's really interesting to explore. Also, how is our energy level in terms of our mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy? How is it impacting our motivation, our ability to perform, our well-being, our resilience as well, and to really always be aware of that aspect, that there is a foundation of how much capacity we have for thinking, for acting, for doing the best we can. So that was it's one of topics I really like. I don't work a lot with it directly, but it often finds the way in the conversation. And the inspiration primarily came from the book, The Power of Full Engagement by Schwartz, and I forgot the other name, but it's a really nice book to check out if that topic is interesting for you.
Okay, so we already have the first call to action to our L&D Shakers community. Check the book, and you have now a great opportunity to share something with our L&D Shakers.
Okay, cool. You said an advice or an idea to call for action.
What can you share?
Yeah, I think for me, everything in the end, in the root of well-being, of performance, of everything else, really comes down to being intentional. So not doing things with too much of default, not falling into autopilot, not settling into good enough, whatever job or hobby or relationship, but to really keep on thinking from the side of, what do I really want? How do I feel about my life right now? What are the aspects I'm happy to always question a little bit? Not very critical, not like drilling and being super cynical about things, but just like being open and curious and keep on raising and building and maintaining that sense of intentionality, like being an active shaper of our life, and keep on asking, hey, what do I like? What do I want to change? Where am I going towards? What does this mean to me? It's also a topic I talked about very long and much longer in my TED Talk, which was this about part of being more proactive, about being more intentional. But it's a topic that, to me, whichever skill and ability I work with, it's one we always find in the root. Are you questioning? Are you building self-awareness? Are you building that intention of what you want to build or create? So I recognize it as the thread that connects everything else. So yeah, play with it, explore it, how it works for you.
Great, thank you, Mirna, for your answers, for being here today. And guys, be open, question yourself, go to Mirna's website, explore more about what Happiness Academy is, and also Mirna has a podcast and a YouTube channel. So stay curious, and we see each other in the next episode.
Cool. Thank you, Valeria.
Bye.